Rainy days don't seem so.
Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back.
Stormy nights don't stay.
Thank the Lords it stopped raining for this video because I really didn't want to do this in the rain. Thank you so much for 50 subscribers because this is my 50 subscriber special. Also I have a cold so my voice sounds a bit not okay. But yeah, I spent quite a long time on this video and I kind of rushed it at the end because I was already at 50 subscribers and I had to get it out. But here you go, this is my writing story, so yeah. So I really hope you enjoy the video and I'm gonna stop talking now, let's get into it. I grew up in Valedale Village in Hollow Woods in this small cottage with my mum, my dad and my sister Tia. We weren't the richest family, but we definitely weren't poor either. My mum owned a small cafe, so we made most of our money from that, and since Valedale is really small, most people got their food from here and came here every morning, so we did make quite a lot of money from it. They also had a stable there, thank God, because me and my sister were both obsessed with horses, just like everyone else on Jorvik. And in this stable they had a little pony called Lucky. Now I had a few lessons on Lucky and then my mum is incredible, so eventually she ended up buying me Lucky because Lucky was for sale anyway. They were just using him for lessons until someone bought him. So yeah, we bought him, we kept him at the same stable, and then Lucky was mine and my sister's because we shared him. We did so much with Lucky, we showed him, we went on trail rides with him almost every single day, and we just bonded so much because we both loved him, me and my sister. But unfortunately that last clip was the last time we ever rode him because we had to sell him off because both me and my sister had grown out of him, sadly. That was probably the second saddest moment I've ever had. And don't worry, I'll explain the first saddest moment as well. So fast forward to when I was about 13 or 14 years old, I moved to the town of New Hillcrest in Epona. And since I didn't have Lucky, I was just leasing horses and getting lessons from local stables. I was mainly getting lessons on this cob called Charlie. He was the sweetest boy. And I'm pretty sure he's still at Epona to this day, so I could probably go and visit him, although he's quite old now, I think. School was quite busy though, so I didn't ride very often. But I tried to fit riding in as much as I can, because I loved it, it was my favourite thing. The house that we bought in Epona was quite expensive, and now I went to a school that I had to pay for, so we were struggling a little bit on money, but because my mum is absolutely amazing, she managed to buy me another pony, which is amazing. So I wasn't riding Charlie anymore, but just my pony. And this pony was called Caramel, and he was also really, really sweet, and we did so much with him, or I did so much with him, because I wasn't sharing him with Tia this time. And he was about 14 too, so I didn't grow out of him very quickly because I can still ride 14-2s to this day. But the only problem was he was quite old and he was quite accident prone as well. So you can probably see where this is going. He ended up getting a tendon injury, which meant that I couldn't ride him, and that lasted for like a year or two. So obviously, I had to find a new option. My mum at that point had given up on buying me ponies, so I decided to go and get a job, because at this point I was about 16, so I decided that I was going to go and work at a rescue centre, a pony rescue centre to be exact. I don't have any footage left over from when I was actually working here, and now it's shut down, so it looks a bit overgrown, but yeah, I decided for the sake of this video, I'm going to go to a pony rescue centre, or what it once was, and take some footage. So this isn't what it actually looked like, but this is what it looks like now. I'll be honest, it wasn't the nicest place to start with, but it's definitely a lot more overgrown and less well kept now since no one works here. There are a lot more weeds and the pasture doesn't look so great, but we'll ignore it, it's fine, you get the idea. But on a more important note, this is where I met my current best friends, Jenna, and her horse Cookie. And of course, because this was mainly a horse rescue, we needed to ride horses as well. And, you know, that's fine, I know how to ride horses. But I can't really ride Caramel, because he was getting old anyway and he had a tendon injury. So I needed to borrow one of the horses from the rescue centre. And the horse that they decided to lend me is a horse that you might know called Whisper. The one and only, the horse I still have today. And obviously I was very happy for that, because I still have him to this day, as I said. He's one of my favourite horses ever, and I'm so glad that they gave me to him, because otherwise I would never have been introduced to him, and I probably wouldn't have him now, and I'd have some other horse, which don't get me wrong, I would have loved that other horse too, but Whisper's just, he's amazing. I wouldn't trade him for anything. But moving on from that little rant on how much I love Whisper, I think we need to get back on topic with the actual rescue centre and, you know, the rest of the video. So anyway, we made so many memories at the rescue centre, especially with me and Jenna, and obviously we're still best friends, so obviously we got along quite well. And those were probably the best few years of my life, 3 years to be exact. I worked there. Now I probably would have worked there for longer, but as I mentioned earlier when filming the footage of the rescue centre, I did say that it shut down, unfortunately, because they weren't making enough money. So obviously we had to go and work somewhere else. Now me and Jenna, we're like besties, we gotta stay together. So what did we decide to do? That's right, we went out and we bought a stable. You might think we're insane because like we were kind of teenagers. Well, we were 18, we're not technically teenagers anymore, but yeah, that doesn't matter. We've done it now, we've had that stable for a while. You can probably see where this is going. That stable that we bought, it wasn't at the time, but currently, it's called Moonglade Equestrian Centre, which if you're new to my channel, you won't know what that is. That's my current stable. So we bought it when we were 18. I'm now 22, so 4 years. But as I just said, it wasn't called Moonglade Equestrian Centre when we first got it. It was called Silverglade Equestrian, and it wasn't owned by us yet. It was owned by someone called Steve. Now Steve was getting pretty old, which is why he decided to sell it, but he had all of these horses and he didn't really want to get rid of the horses, he wanted to stay in contact with them. So he let us keep a few. He did sell a few unfortunately, but he let us keep a few. And the names of the horses he gave us were Apples, Fox, and Bananas. So that definitely got us started because we wanted to open a lesson program, so now we have horses to teach lessons on. Now let's fast forward about a year. We decided that we didn't have enough horses because our barn was actually pretty successful, surprisingly. So quick recap, at this point we have Whisper, Cookie, Bananas, Fox, and Apples. They're the horses that we currently had. But then around that time, my sister decided to join our barn as well. But she didn't have a horse, so we decided, you know what, we're getting new horses, so we're going to get her a new horse. So that's when I went out with my sister, we tried to get a horse. We tried several horses, probably about 5, and then we ended up finding this amazing mare called Fortune. Almost instantly we decided we loved her and we took her home. While out horse shopping, we decided that I wanted a new personal horse too, because I love Whisper. You know, I went on a rant earlier about how much I love him. Like, obviously I love him, but I wanted another horse just for shows, for whatever, you know, I just wanted another horse. So I got Jupiter. Now, I don't really need to go through the, like, trying horses kind of thing, because you know how that works, but I managed to find Jupiter, and he was amazing. He still is amazing, I still have him. But, yeah. So, that's our full barn, that's everyone I still have today. But you might notice I don't still have Caramel in my barn, so where did he go? Now, very unfortunately, Caramel was getting old anyway, and he did have a tendon injury, so he very unfortunately passed away just before I started this YouTube channel. He will forever be missed by everyone at the barn. Fly high, sweet boy. I'm sorry to end on a really sad note, but that's about everything that I was going to say today, because from there onwards, I've pretty much said everything on my YouTube channel in previous videos, because this is kind of the point where I started my YouTube channel. But thank you so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in a future video. Bye! Thank you.